On behalf of Ms. Hamlin.
Okay, and Ms. Hamlin, your name, please.
Christine Hamlin.
And today's the date scheduled for the sentencing on the probation violation. Ms. Hamlin was sentenced on April 24th for her plea of guilty to possession of controlled substance. And there was a probation violation held on June 4th for her failure to appear for drug testing 5 times, her positive marijuana test on April 27th. And so this court accepted her plea of guilty, scheduled the sentencing for today's date, and she was ordered to test on June 4th at the court, which she did, and she was positive for cocaine and buprenorphine.
I never received any of those results, so that's a shock myself, as you can see. My client.
Yeah, I haven't used them. I can do that too.
It was an instant test that she did, and then the results were written in the ROA right here. So there wasn't
Sure.
a.
I never received an email regarding the results.
All right, and have you tested yet, ma'am, at all? Other than here?
I just got that job. I told you that day I had that interview. I did go to the interview and I am approved for the job, and I did start yesterday.
And which job was that?
So, right.
That's right, and that's why this court did not sentence your client.
Start paying for my breakfast.
Let me finish, please. That's why this court did not sentence your client on the probation violation last week, because she did have that interview. All right, so counsel, the recommendation is to continue and complete all terms of probation, revoke under advisement status, waive the probation violation fee, 15 days jail, suspended, and for her to begin her testing.
Yes, Judge, I would just ask for the opportunity for her to get on track, prove to this honorable court that she can complete the terms and conditions of probation and adopt that recommendation with the notion that the jail time would be suspended at this time.
Okay, Ms. Hamlin, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here. I'm not going to revoke your under advisement status right now. Any other violations, ma'am, mandatory revocation of your under advisement status and mandatory jail time. So the court's going to order probation. You are to continue to complete all terms of probation. Continue your under advisement status. The court's going to waive your $50 probation violation fee. The court's going to order 15 days jail, suspended. And you are to begin testing. When did you begin work? Yesterday?
Yes, and I have to wait 2 weeks before I get my check. But I'm gonna see how I will start doing my test. I will figure it out. I will manage the $20 for a time.
Okay.
Because I talked to my mom yesterday too, and she lives in Alabama. She's going to start up with me.
You're to register and test today.
Yes.
Over in probation, and somebody will be with you shortly.
Yeah,
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day. Billy Heisler.
Afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. 24240. And so you've waived your right to an attorney. And Oh, okay, there you are, okay. All right, and so, ma'am, if you can, come forward, please, and if you could, please state and spell your first and last names for the record.
First name Alethea, Ilithya. Last name Rekumis, Rekoumis.
Okay, very good. Okay, and so we, Mr. Heisler was disputing the amount. I show that there is an amount of $3,217.51 that was submitted for restitution. And that, I believe, was at one location. And I think that I ordered you to get some additional estimates, correct, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so then there are additional estimates, and then, Mr. Heisler, you, did you have an opportunity, probably not, so one amount,
I did get the three.
You did get the three.
The three quotes.
okay, and so are you disputing all three of those?
Well, Your Honor, my biggest issue was I wasn't able to get any type of pictures from the damage of her vehicle, so I could take them to other places and get counter quotes. I also had questions about insurance on Ms. Rekoumis' car, because if she has full coverage insurance and she only has a deductible of $500, then I don't feel it's fair for me to pay $3,000 for her to pay $500 to get her car fixed.
Which, well, let me just state this. It's possible if there is a 500, if she makes a claim on her insurance, her premiums go up, which would then ultimately cost her potentially more than $500.
But it wouldn't necessarily cost her $3,000.
I don't know that
But it's
information.
not fair for me to pay $3,000 if, you know, she is going to do that.
Sir, it's not fair that she has to even be here because of your behavior,
All right,
correct?
I have no argument.
Ma'am, have you submitted this to your insurance company, or have you talked to anybody regarding insurance?
I've never had to deal with this before, Your Honor. No, I didn't, and my car's a 2010. No, I don't have full coverage, so it doesn't cover that kind of situation on my vehicle.
Okay,
And
that answers that question.
There we go.
If
That's all
I-
you need to know.
If I may, the gentleman said he would have came today if you needed him to. I asked him to come from the Sullivan's one, the original. And he informed me also that Mr. Heisler had went there harassing him in regards to the estimate that he gave.
Sir, did you go to one of the locations regarding the estimate?
I went to ask the gentleman what the.
Yes or no?
estimate-
Did
Yes,
you
I
go? Okay, actually, both of you, please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give and the testimony you've given so far are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Mr. Heisler?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rekoumis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, which location did you go to inquire about the estimate that was provided?
The only one that I had, which was on John A. Papapolis Drive in Lincoln Park.
Sullivan's Collision.
Yes,
So you went there, correct?
correct. And he gave me a copy of the full estimate.
Okay. And so as far as being able to have pictures, sir, I don't know, that would be something that you would have had to have contacted the police department for, or received some discovery. I don't know. I don't have those. The court does not have it in its possession.
I am aware of that, Your Honor. I came to this court, and I was told the only thing that I can get is the police report. I was told that there was no discovery packet with any type of pictures or anything whatsoever in it. And I had to have my lawyer, required to get those things. Now, during that time, I still don't have a lawyer to this day, so I advised them that I was representing myself. The lady upstairs in records told me that I would have to pay for discovery packet, unless this court waived that for me. So really, in all actuality, the only thing I had, Your Honor, was the estimate that the gentleman had given me. I went there to speak with him about it and find out exactly what the breakdown was and what he was charging, so I had a better understanding of paying for.
Okay, well, let me just clarify a few things. You waived your right to an attorney at the very beginning, April 17th, for your arraignment pretrial. You again waived your right to an attorney on May 14th. sir, when you waive your right to an attorney, and there was one that was here that could have represented you for free or low cost, or typically not any cost, and you chose to waive that right. You also, sir, by waiving that right, you are then acting as your own attorney, and then you have to still follow the procedures of the court rules, and so forth. When an attorney requests discovery, there is a process, so you would have to follow that process. If you were requesting a waiver to any discovery costs, you could have submitted that request. You did not do that.
There's a reason I did not do that, Your Honor.
Excuse me, I'm not done. I let you finish. I'm not done. There are 3 estimates that were given or provided after presumably the car was left or the car was taken to these locations. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, sure.
Okay, not just based on pictures. I cannot imagine that there would be an accurate estimate given based on pictures and not the actual vehicle. Because I'm not in the body shop business or the collision shop business, but one would presume that you're not going to get an estimate at all, let alone accurate, by not seeing the actual vehicle. Because I believe that they need to touch the vehicle to see how deep the damage is, things of that nature, and you can't do that based on photos alone. So, sir, there is not any full coverage insurance. So here's what the amount of the estimates are fairly within range of each other. Would you agree with that, sir?
Yes.
One is $3,332.51. Another one is $3,217.51. And the third one is $2,889.52. So when you add those together, that's $9,439.54. When you divide it by 3, the average is $3,146.51. And that is what this court would likely order the restitution amount to be after taking the average of all 3 of those. And do you have an objection to that method, sir?
It don't matter. No, Your Honor.
No, it does matter. Is there a different method that you think?
Hey, I'm good.
No, sir, you have the opportunity to state what your objection is to that.
Yes, Your Honor. I will take the 3,100 and whatever odd cents you said that it was, and bottom of my day.
Is there a different amount that you think it should be, sir?
No.
Okay, this court's going to order restitution in the amount of $3,146.51 based on the average of the 3 estimates that were provided that are very similar in nature and very much within just a couple, about, I think it's $472 or something within each other. So based upon the average of all 3 of those, so it's not the lowest, it's not the highest, that average is $3,146.51. That's what this court's going to order as restitution.
Can I make a request?
What is that, sir?
I request that Mr. Kuma show proof that she used that money to get her car fixed properly. Instead of just taking my money and dealing with the scratch.
I don't think it's just a scratch for $3,100.
We have no pictures to verify that, though, do we? I was there, I did it, I know what I did. I scratched the back door. We're talking about rear bumpers and side mirrors and all other types of things that had nothing to do with what I did, but you know, here we are.
Miss, where was the damage to the vehicle?
It was from the very back of the vehicle, right by the light. It goes all the way to the front, almost all the way to the front, but it's very prominent, yes, on the back door. The back passenger door, he went in really deep on that part. So yes, but it's from the back to the front. It's just lighter throughout the rest of it.
I mean, I believe her car's outside, Your Honor. We could take an officer out there and take a look at it.
Do you know why these would have front bumper? Anything with the bumper?
He said you're more than welcome to call him.
Well, I can't call him,
Or
but
he would come up here. He said I could call him. He had no issues coming right up here if he needed to be here.
He also told me that he would send me pictures of the damage, Your Honor, but he said that he ended up deleting them, but he might be able to get them off of his iCloud. So there's a lot of hearsay going on. He didn't show up, so as far as I'm concerned, that should be fairly irrelevant.
Your Honor, he didn't show up because he went and harassed him at his job. And I was just a customer walking in there
Once
asking
again,
for
I
a
back
quote.
to hearsay.
stop, first of all, sir, stop interrupting. You know what? We're gonna go look at the car. Let's go. We're gonna go off the record. Of Billy Heisler, 24240. All right, and so the court went out with both Mr. Heisler and Miss R, that's just easier to say, as well as the court officers and our court intern as well. And so what the court observed was the following. I believe that the term for the back left part between the rear passenger door and the bumper is called the quarter panel.
Correct.
So I noticed that there was a definite mark there as well as a scratch. Then on the rear left door, there's a significant scratch. There is also a scratch, not as significant, but there was still a scratch that you can see the keying continued on the driver's side door, as well as onto the fender. And in observing the vehicle, it appears as though the bumper needs to be removed before the front and the rear bumper, well, for sure the front bumper needs to be removed in order for the fender, the left front fender, to be repaired or replaced. And the fact also that the paint needs to be matched specifically as well. I don't find that there's anything in the estimate on any of these that appears as though it is not in relation to the damage that was caused by your actions that day.
May I say something?
Sure.
Can I approach the bench and show you the pictures I took?
No, sir, I was there.
Okay.
Well, sir, hold on.
If
Hold
that's fine.
I
It's
was,
right here.
just one moment, sir.
That was not done by a key mark.
Sir, just one moment. I was just there and I saw the damage.
There's definitely damage on the vehicle. I'm not denying that.
Yes,
I'm
the
denying that this
vertical-
wasn't done by me.
Okay, the vertical, and you're talking about the vertical part that looks a little bit, there's
I'm talking
more.
about this part that goes
Sir.
from there to the
Sir,
rear.
sir, please let me finish. The record cannot see what you're holding up, so I'm trying to be specific for the record. So you're talking about the part that looks more vertical on the left quarter panel that looks as though it's been scraped of some sort. Is that correct?
No, I'm talking about the part that looks like a football and goes all the way up to the rear door. That was not done by me. That was hit by something.
Okay,
That's why I asked you to, if I could approach to show you the picture, because I understand you went out there and seen it. But there is no way that this was done by a key. I agree that on the door, the key mark starts again, deep is where I started it. And there may be some on the front door, I didn't pay attention. I keyed her back door and I kept walking.
Okay. What I was referring to was, you say it looks like a football. I'm saying that it's vertical of some nature. It's not horizontal going the length of the car that you're speaking of, correct?
Yes, it looks like it
Okay.
goes above.
Hold on, sir. Sir, I have to make a record to be descriptive as to what you're talking about before we can proceed, okay? So that's why I'm asking, that's the part you're speaking of. On the rear, the left rear quarter panel, there is a mark towards the very back part of the quarter panel, correct?
Correct.
All right. And it looks as though it's of a vertical nature, not the same direction as the scratches going towards the front of the vehicle, correct?
I would say it points to 10 o'clock. And it is shaped like a football, and there's a scratch
Okay.
that goes along the.
Sir, you're not listening. You're wanting to put your argument on the record. I'm merely trying to make a description for the record.
And I'm trying to make sure
So-
that the description is proper, Your Honor.
My question is this: the mark that you're speaking of, that looks as though there's more paint removed, it doesn't go, it's thicker than a key, and it's in a different direction than the mark from the key. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Whether it's a 12 o'clock vertical, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, my point is that it's not in the direction of the key, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I did see that there was some more paint scraped off from that particular area. Ma'am, was that damage there prior to?
The one that kind of goes up like you're speaking of in the back, that was there, that goes up like this.
Okay,
Yes, that was there, but I couldn't speak during, so I apologize, but you can see where it goes from the back lightly up, it even goes through there a little bit and back over. So they still have to blend the paint in the car. So
Agreed.
I mean,
agreed. I saw a light mark there, but it was a continuous mark from the left rear quarter panel all the way through the front fender on the left side. The deepest was the left rear door.
correct.
So, sir, whether that other part was there previously, which there's no dispute that it was there previously, there's still a line from the keying that's on the left rear quarter panel. It has, sir, I saw it with my eyes. You can argue all you want. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it with my own eyes. You wanted the court to go out and look, so that's what it did. So the court's going to order $3,146.51 in restitution based upon the average of the three estimates. That's the order of the court. Thank you.
So she doesn't have to show proof that she actually got the work fixed.
Sir,
I'm
if you would
asking-
like proof, after you pay her in full, that she's gone to get the payment, the vehicle fixed, if that's what she's done, then okay, she can do that. But at the end of the day, even if she were to sell it tomorrow and there's a reduction in the value of the cost of the value of the vehicle due to the damage, she still owed that money based upon your behavior.
All right.
But the court's not ordering her to submit proof of that. All right, thank you. Have a good day.